Hello everyone, welcome back, and for today's video it'll be the 8-year review on my 2009 Lexus ES350. I know I just made a video on this car a few months ago, but for those of you that have been following the channel for a long time, you'll know that I do a yearly review on it around every April. For those of you that don't know, I got this car in April of 2016, so it has been just a little over 8 years that I've had it now, as crazy as that sounds. Got it with just a hair under 80,000 miles, and right now it currently has just under 119,000 miles. So obviously not a whole lot of mileage driven in an 8-year span of time. But yeah, this was my daily driver from then up until last year. For those of you that don't know, I got a 2015 RC350 last summer. So for 7 straight years, this is my daily driver. And like I said before, I'll never sell this car, so that's why I still have it. And my plan is just to keep it looking nice and new as long as I possibly can. So ever since then, it hasn't really been driven a whole lot over the past year that I haven't been daily driving it. I got a storage unit to store this car in, and the RC350 is in the garage at my house. So we didn't have enough garage space for both cars to be in, so that's why I got a storage unit to keep this in, so they could both be in a garage. For those of you that have been following the channel since I've had this car, you'll know it's been absolutely flawless. Obviously, Lexuses are the most reliable vehicles out there, and this one's obviously no exception. Especially given the age of it, despite it being 15 years old, it's still been flawless and hasn't given me any issues whatsoever over the past 8 years I've had it. Thinking back on it, the only thing I've ever had to do to this car actually was kind of recently, and I don't even really consider it an issue, to be honest, because every car usually has to have this done eventually. A few months ago, I had to have my serpentine belt replaced on it because it was starting to squeak. But like I said, I don't consider that an issue because all cars have to have that type of stuff replaced eventually. So my definition of a car issue is when something goes wrong that shouldn't be going wrong at the time that it happens, or just shouldn't break at all. You guys probably know what I mean. We'll go ahead and hop inside. The car is pretty dusty. Like I said, it doesn't get driven a whole lot. It just kind of sits in that storage unit, and I try to drive it at least once or twice a week. So it is pretty dusty on the outside, and the inside's still pretty clean. And yeah, like I said, just under 119,000 miles, got it with just under 80,000 miles back in April of 2016. I get asked about this all the time. I'll go ahead and point it out now. I know I've talked about it before, but the low tire pressure warning light right there, literally, I'm not even joking, has been on since the day I got this car 8 years ago. It was on when I test drove it, and is still on right now. When I first start it up, it'll blink a little bit, and then it eventually stops and just stays like that. I don't know why that is. I've never bothered to get a code reader and try to clear it or anything. I just kind of ignore it. That's what I've kind of always done. And I have different tires on it since I've gotten it, and it got different wheels, and that wasn't the cause of that at all. Like I said, it's been on there literally since the day I got it, so don't really know what the story is behind that, but I just kind of ignore it, so it's really not that big of a deal to me. Looking under the hood, this is the 3.5 liter V6 engine that produces 272 horsepower and 254 pound-feet of torque. I average about 19 miles per gallon in the city, and I've seen it do as well as like 30 on the highway. For this age of car, it's pretty fuel efficient, and obviously these engines are bulletproof reliable. I've never had a single issue out of it at all. Looking down here, we do have HID headlights and incandescent turn signals, and just an incandescent daytime running light as well right here. That is also your high beam. Got fog lights down below. The exterior overall is still in excellent condition. And like I said, it's a little dusty right now, so I'll insert some pictures of when it's, perfectly clean and when the color looks at its best. But it does look the best when the sun is shining on it right now. One of the things that I've done to it over the years is get these chrome wheels. Before that, if you go back and look at some of my older videos, it had just the regular non-chrome wheels. They looked okay, but this chrome looks really, really great with this red color. This is probably the best thing I did to this car, actually, out of everything I've done. In my opinion, this body style has aged extremely well. This is the 5th generation ES350, which came out for the 2007 model year and had a mild facelift in 2010 and ran from 2007 to 2012. So obviously I have the 3rd model year of the 5th generation, and this is one of my favorite generation of ES350. We'll go ahead and hop back inside. I apologize about the wind noise. Looking at your door panel, obviously Lexus builds really high quality interiors. Even for a car at this age, everything just still looks so nice and beautiful and luxurious. Like I said, this car has aged extremely well, and Lexus knows how to build a high quality interior that will look high quality for a long time. Got padded materials up here, padded right here, and stitched leather for the armrest. You got 2-person memory right here and 2-person memory over there, which I absolutely love that. Surprisingly, my 2015 RC350 only has memory seats on the driver's side. It has 3-person memory right here, but it doesn't have it at all over on the passenger side, which is kind of annoying. But in this car, you have 2 on both sides, which is awesome. Another thing I did was get these WeatherTech floor mats several years ago. When I first got this car, it actually didn't have a screen here at all. It was just the basic just buttons with no screen or anything like that, no backup camera. So a couple years after I got it, I got an infotainment system, or an aftermarket infotainment system for it with the backup camera and all that. And actually just last year, I got a newer infotainment system right here. This is different than what I had on it before, because I wanted to have Apple CarPlay and all that good stuff. So I got a newer infotainment system with Apple CarPlay. That works really well. The wire connection is right here. I just got my phone in the console right there. Obviously has a backup camera as well. And you got your climate controls right there. Like I said, very high quality interior, a very comfortable seat. Lexus does the best seats in my opinion. Got nice smooth padded material up here on the dash. And some of you guys have asked me about this before as well, about the extra wood trim around the door handle and the air vents and stuff. Because usually there's not this much wood. It's usually just this type of material around everything. But I'm not really sure how that worked. I don't know if the previous owner had it custom ordered like that, or if it was some type of package. I'm not really sure. I know I've been asked about it before, and I've talked about it in a few other of my videos, but I'm honestly not sure how they got that. But I think it looks really good. Heated and cooled seats for both the passenger and driver, which is really nice. Another thing I did to it a few years ago is get these door lights that shine the logo on the ground at night. It looks really cool. You can't see it right now because it's daytime, obviously, but I'll insert a picture of what that looks like. And I did get the logo lights for all 4 doors too, by the way. The materials do carry through. Nice padded material right here and leather stitched armrest right there. More of that beautiful wood trim. The back seats still look like new. I don't think they were sat in very much at all with the previous owner. Sitting back here, there's obviously a ton of legroom. I'm more than comfortable back here. These seats, like I said, are super, super comfortable. Another thing that I did to this car is get LED underdash lights. Right now I have them set on just solid red, but they can change colors and fade through all different types of colors, and you can set it on all types of different colors. So that looks really nice at night. This interior is such a nice place to spend time, and such a comfortable car to drive. Like I've said before, these ESs are such great cars. Even these older ones are super nice and still super luxurious and super reliable. And great value vehicles as well. You get a lot of car for the money. They hold their value great as well. All right, we'll go ahead and get started on the driving portion of the video. What's crazy is even after 8 years of owning this car and daily driving it for the majority of those 8 years, every time I drive this car, it still never fails to blow my mind on just how good it is. Just with everything. With how it drives, how it rides, just everything about it, it still never fails to absolutely mind blow me. And it continues to mind blow me considering how old it is now. like I said before, this generation came out for the 2007 model year. That's 17 years ago. This is an '09, obviously, but a car from 2007, 2009, like, I mean, 15 years ago. This car is 15 years old. It was so well taken care of before me, and I have taken extremely great care of it as well. And I mean, every time I drive it, I feel like I'm driving a time capsule, like a brand new vehicle from 15 years ago. Like I said, I got a storage unit to store it at when I'm not driving it. I drive it still I try to do it about once or twice a week. It doesn't have high miles, obviously. It has over 100,000 miles, and that's a lot for like an average mainstream car, kinda. I've driven brand new vehicles before. I've driven newer Lexuses, and it's amazing how well this compares to them. Like, even a vehicle that's brand new, this drives just as nice. Blows my mind every time I'm in it. It's so comfortable. It's the most comfortable vehicle we've ever had. And we have a turkey coming out onto the road here. Okay. ESs in general are such great luxury cars. They've always been the best-selling, high-end, mid-size luxury sedan. I also really love how this one is spec'd out. It's got the red exterior with the black interior. For some reason, on this generation of ES specifically, they did not build, either that or people didn't order them, I guess. But there are just not many. From 2007 to 2012, there are just not many ESs in this red color. I've looked, you know, just over the years that I've had it, out of curiosity, like, I don't see very many of them. Like, I'm the only one in my town and in my area in general that have one. Like, I hardly ever see them, even when I'm in big cities. Sometimes I look around and I hardly ever see any ESs in this red color, especially with the black interior. And if you go on every major car listing website and put in, you know, 2007 to 2012 ES with the red exterior and the black interior, you're not going to find very many at all. It's pretty crazy. So I love how rare it is, and it looks, I don't know why it's so rare, because I think it's the best spec in my opinion. But and the wood, like I talked about, I guess the previous owner must have custom ordered it that way. I don't really know, but yeah, the color's great, the spec's great. We'll go ahead and do a little 0 to 60 pull right here. I'm not going to torque it or anything, I'm just going to floor it. Acceleration is actually really good for this car, but yeah, so that's pretty good. 6 to 6.5 seconds, 6-second range, or 6.5 second range. That's pretty damn good. I actually, not too long ago, just got, I was gonna bring it with me, but it was dead. I got one of those draggy things that you hook up to your phone and mount the little thing on your dash or wherever, and it measures like 0 to 60 times and quarter-mile times. I'm sure you guys have all heard of draggy. So in future videos, I'll do quarter-mile runs and 0 to 60 times and actually get an accurate time. Like I said, fuel economy is pretty good. Ever since I've had this car, I've really only done city driving, so that's why my mileage is so low for the time that I've had it and how old it is. So with just city driving, I average about 19 miles per gallon. I'm sure that's what it's getting right now. We'll see. Oh, it's getting 20 right now, so that's pretty good. 19 to 20 miles per gallon in the city is pretty good, especially for a car this age. And the value of these cars is still really good. This has held its value really, really well. When we got this car 8 years ago, it was $14,000. So that was in 2016. So it was an '09 with just under 80,000 miles. Got it for $14,000. And it currently values around $10,000 with my accessories, and, you know, it's good condition, obviously, and lower mileage. So it's around $10,000. Obviously, if I were to trade it in, I wouldn't get near that much. But like, if I were gonna like sell it privately or something, at the best, it's around $10,000. I think I'll have to double check on that. So yeah, it's held its value extremely well, like most Lexuses do. So if you're in the market for a used, older luxury sedan and you don't want to have to worry about reliability and you want something really nice for a really good price, get a lot of car for the money, this is one of the best options out there. And reliability, like I said, if it's been well taken care of, and even if it has over 100,000 miles, like, reliability is really not something you have to worry about with these. My lack of uploading is still an issue, I know. I'm trying to get better with it. I do have some future videos planned pretty soon. I still haven't even done an actual like full overview and full tour of my 2015 RC350. Shortly after that, I'll film the 1-year review on it because I got it on June 30th and this guy is literally going 10 under the speed limit. I would pass, but there's a car coming, so I'm not gonna do that. But usually I would. But anyway, yeah, so I got those 2 videos planned, and I'll probably do another full family fleet update on all the family cars. We've had a few changes, nothing too crazy or anything like that, but I'll do a family fleet update soon. Yeah, I got that planned, and I would love to do a fresh full tour on the 2016 Yukon Denali since it's been so long since I've done a full overview, and my older videos are not really as good and not very good quality back when I first started out. And also, as crazy as this sounds, we have had our 2014 Tundra for almost 10 years. We got that truck in June of 2014, and I know I've never done like yearly reviews on or anything like that, and the Tundra really just has not had that much screen time at all on my channel, but that's mainly because it's not at the house very often, because my mom, that's her daily driver, and she drives it back and forth to work. Also, the Tundra's been so reliable, there hasn't really been anything to like make frequent uploads about it because it hasn't broken or anything like that. Nothing has really changed with it. So that's why it hasn't had that much screen time on the channel much at all. But I'd like to do a fresh full review on it. But like I said, next month it'll be 10 years since I'll probably do a 10-year review on it because why not? Especially since it would be a 10-year review. I mean, it would only make sense. So I'll have that planned. Whatever else I can come up with, I'll try to get it done. And like I said, if you guys have any requests, just comment down below. And as far as this car, as far as my ES, realistically, I don't know how many more like videos I'll do on it. You know, in general, I'll always do my yearly review. In 2 years, it'll be 10 years with this car, so I'll obviously do a 10-year review on it, but I don't know if I'll do a 9-year review because I don't think anything is really going to happen with it, you know, between now and a year from now, since it's not driven very often and, you know, stuff like that. And I've had it for so long now, it doesn't really make sense to just keep, you know, being repetitive on it. Unless you guys want to continue to see videos on it, it doesn't really matter to me. But realistically, it wouldn't make sense to do that many more frequent videos on it just because not much is going to change. I'll still film videos on it intermittently, but, you know, not like every, you know, 6 months or whatever the case may be. But like if something were to break on it or something were to change, obviously I would make a video about that, but I don't know, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and if I come up with another idea that I haven't done with it, then I'll do that, so we'll see. So yeah, that'll pretty much wrap it up for the 8-year review on my 2009 Lexus ES350. Like I said, if you have any other video ideas, just comment down below, and thank you guys for watching.